Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Commodity TV here for you in Zurich from the Zurich Invest offices. And we are here to interview our first interview partner today, Cardinal Resources. You remember the successful gold explorer out of Ghana. And with me here is Kevin Tomlinson, the chairman of the company, who wants to give us an update. Kevin, welcome.
Thanks,
yeah, great to have you here. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah.
I spoke with you and I spoke with Archie, of course, the CEO. I think the last time I spoke with Archie, it was around Mines and Money in November in London.
That's right.
So a lot of good things happened. Maybe we start with your still growing reserve. My goodness, where do you want to go there?
Well, yeah, it's great. We've taken the 7 million ounce resource, 6.5 of it was indicated, and now we've come up from 4.7 million ounces to 5.1 million ounces in reserve.
In reserve?
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
that is
so
fantastic.
It's a big number.
Yeah, and I mean that, I would say there are not that many projects out in the world which are over 5 million ounces in reserve, right?
Not in small companies or medium-sized companies. Yeah. In the majors, yes, but on a company-owned asset, not many, no.
That's right. So the next step would be like a feasibility study, right?
Yeah, we're very
yes,
we're very far into the bankable feasibility study. We're looking at that finishing early Q3 this year.
This year already?
Yep.
Wow,
yep.
That's fast.
Yeah. So we've been very fast with the PEA, the PFS. We did all the drilling, everything necessary for the feasibility study as part of our pre-feasibility study. So,
fantastic. An estimate how much that costs to finish that?
Yeah, a couple of $1 million at the most, really.
Okay, so and of course you have that in the bank, right?
Yeah, we have the bank. We have 29 million in the bank, Australian, and Lycopodium, Golders, Knight Piésold, all the top guys are doing this study for us.
Fantastic. So it's high quality, you have the money, you are financed for that.
Yep.
And when the feasibility is done, then you look for project finance, right?
That's right, yeah.
Can you give us an estimate how much money you would need to develop the project into production then?
Yeah, in the PFS it was about 415 million US to develop. So we'll be looking for that level of finance. But we've had some great response from banks and other debt providers for a high level of debt on the project.
Fantastic. And I could imagine Ghana is quite good to do business, right?
Great jurisdiction. The government's really supportive. We're up in northern Ghana, which doesn't have a lot of development there. So the government's very much behind us developing this. They're working towards the stability agreement with us, all kinds of good things to get this into production as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I can imagine. And that would be like an open pit, right?
Yeah, one big open pit. Grade's about 1.13 grams for the life of mine. It's a lot higher for the starter pit for the first 3 years. We'll produce about 350,000 ounces per year for the first 3 years. Then we'll reel it back to 300,000 per year. All-in sustaining costs, life of mine, will be about $770 US.
Wow, that is fantastic. So even at gold prices today, gold is rising, by the way. Today.
Yeah, very nice.
We are over the 1,300 again. So
super
healthy margins, I would call it.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
you are like a pre-tax profit of 175, maybe up to $200 million.
Yeah, in that range, yeah.
With today's prices.
Yeah, with today's prices, yeah.
Wow, that's quite good, I would say.
Yeah, fantastic. So we're really excited, and I think there's been no surprises at all in the bankable study that we're doing from the PFS. So we did our level of work at a very high standard to start for the PFS, so it's been a nice transition. We've also done grade control of a part of the starter pit, so that it's we're certain of what we're going to encounter when
fantastic.
we mine.
As you said, you are in northern Ghana, and it's call it, I hate the word, but it's a little bit of a remote area, I would call it, So you are bringing infrastructure, you are bringing power to the place. I could imagine clean water, which is important for the people also, right?
It's funny you mentioned that. Northern Ghana, actually, the highway that joins from Accra through to Burkina Faso in West Africa goes 30 kilometers from us.
Oh, that's
so it's a bitumen road
and
all the way through.
It's flat country, right?
Yeah, very flat, dry. It's not like the south with the rainy season, it's quite dry. The water that's there is all year round water supply. It's only 7 kilometers away. The power is, it's a hydropower that's piped up into Burkina Faso, so it's an international line. We've monitored that, so we know that it's really good electricity, steady supply. There's enough capacity for us to use that. So although it's not really a developed region, it does have infrastructure in place.
Fantastic. But also it's important to me then that you find skilled workers. Do you have the people around? Because I could imagine that you bring like a lot of jobs with you.
Yes.
Of course, good paid jobs.
Yes.
So I can imagine that a lot of people would be then in the future dependent on you.
Yeah, certainly. And the government is really pushing for us to develop sooner than later. The locals aren't trained necessarily in mining, but they are very intelligent. They're good workers, and
I mean, you can train them easy, right?
oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
fantastic. They got a really good education system in Ghana, so
Super.
we have that resource there. We're capable of using. We have a real desire to use Ghanaians where possible and train them up to managerial roles.
Fantastic. From where would you get your supply? Let's call it petrol, for example, groceries,
Yeah.
whatever you need for explosive, etc.
Well, most of that would come into Accra, which is down in southern Ghana, and it'll come up by road
From Accra, okay,
from
from
Accra,
the main
yeah,
city.
yeah. Whereas like groceries and things are from Bolgatanga, which is a city in the north, and it's 30 kilometers away.
It's like local supply.
Yeah.
So
totally.
you're helping the local
Absolutely,
economy.
yeah. And we've got a few things we're looking at to help develop the local economy for supplies as well.
Yeah, fantastic. Coming back to the project, I mean, that all sounds fantastic. I mean, you guys did a great job there, I would say.
Thanks.
And that's the next big gold mine
Yeah.
in Africa, I would
We're
call
hoping
it.
so.
Yeah?
Yep.
It looks like.
Yeah.
Question is also about new discovery. I think you had one, right?
Yeah, we did, in Dongo East. It's over 24 kilometers north of Namdini. And we've hit some very high grades there, much higher than Namdini. It's a complex area structurally, but we're pretty excited by it. We've had maybe 10 holes into it, and they're all sort of 3 to 15 gram intercepts.
Wow.
Over 3 to 10 meters.
And also surface?
From 3 meters from surface.
Okay, that's, I would say that's
which is
surface.
pretty close to surface. Yeah. So we're really excited by that. And being a structural geologist, I go down and help the chaps out to understand it. So we'll see where it gets to.
Great.
There's no resource yet, but it's been. We've had indications over about 1.2 kilometers so far of mineralization. So.
Fantastic, great. And you want to follow up this year?
Oh,
on
totally.
that?
Yeah,
Of course.
we've only allocated about $1 million at the moment because we want to be careful with our cash, but it's on an as-needs basis. So if the chaps end up discovering more, then we'll release more money for exploration. But property-wide as well, we've done regional airborne magnetics, radiometrics, all the things you'd expect us to do, geochemistry. So we've got a multitude of targets to test. And,
Fantastic.
And really, the scope is for the plant, where it's a large plant, 9.5 million ton per annum. If we can find some high grade to offset the starter pit grade, even above 1.4 grams on the pad, that has a material impact, or will have a material impact on the economics.
As it's only like 20 kilometers away, you said, can you use them probably the same facilities like Namdini?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. And then unless it gets to be a monster, then you'd look at, hopefully it is a monster, but but at the moment it would be augmented feed to the mill, and if we were to start building, we'd be producing gold in the next couple of years. The resource that we could define regionally could easily fit in first feed for a mill.
Wow, fantastic. That sounds like a great
So
plan,
that's
I would
that's
say.
what the plan is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Fantastic. So you have a lot of news are upcoming drill-wise.
Yes.
And also then the feasibility, of course.
Yes, yep.
And then you jump into the project finance, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
Great. Then good luck with everything.
Okay.
Thanks for the update.
Okay.
Sounds fantastic, and I would say keep it going.
Okay.
And hit
Thanks
it.
a lot.
Thank you very much.
Okay, very good.
Ladies and gentlemen, there was Kevin Tomlinson, the chairman of Cardinal Resources, and you heard it. The company is progressing as they did in the past. Very successful, 29 million Aussie dollars in the bank, and the feasibility study is fully in progress, costing a couple of $1 million, so they are well financed. And in Q3 this year already, they will have the data from the feasibility. Also, the drills are turning, and they had a great discovery in Ndongo. And so from that case, I think they have a super mine already, or let's call it, there will be a super mine there. Sorry for that. That's a forward-looking statement. And they do a great job, and I would say check out the company. Thanks for watching us. Bye-bye from Zurich.